All right, friends. We're here for another draft with me, Numot, Kenji. And this one is a kind of a strange draft. We've, I believe, done some Supreme drafts now on this channel, but just for a refresher, I am not drafting with other people, and I get to make 2 picks per pack. So basically, I get 2 first picks out of every pack. Every pack is a completely full pack. And there are just 18 unique boosters. So this one is specifically Supreme Draft Chaos. So as you can see, I'm going to get 2 first picks from Born of the Gods, 2 first picks from Zendikar, Mirrodin Besiege, Urza's Legacy, so on and so forth. So it's going to be a really strange rift on the Chaos format, on the Supreme Draft format. Again, I'm not drafting with anybody else, and I get a fresh pack every single time. And I get to take 2 cards per pack. So anyways, there aren't going to be that many synergies as much as just good decks, you know, good cards. And so let's take a look here. Our rare Faded Return. Again, expensive but decent. I remember Fanatic of Xenagos being good. As this enters the battlefield, an opponent of your choice might put a 1/1 counter on it. And if they don't, it gets +1/+1, gains haste until end of turn. There's an Exile Tapped Creature, Divination, Noble Quarry. I remember Snake of the Golden Grove also being pretty decent. It's either a 5-mana 4/4 that gains you 4 life, or it's a 5-mana 7/7 depending on what the opponent does. Kind of interesting. This one is enters the battlefield, draw a card, and then any other creature can add 1 mana of any color. Yeah, so it's a little bit interesting. I don't know how good it is to actually take a double colored card to start, but I think this one's good enough to probably take. And then, yeah, maybe I'll just take the Noble Quarry because of the Bestow being super strong. All right, I mean, we got another red-green card here in the form of the Brushfire Elemental, so that's kind of nice. Fanatic of Xenagos is a warrior too for like Expedition Champion. And you have to think of like cross-format synergies. Like formats are going to have a lot of warriors, not necessarily, you know, warriors that have this type of ability when you have another warrior, but cards that just have good abilities. Now, it might also be just correct to take like the Luminarch Aspirant here because it's such a good card to stay open. But I kind of dig taking the Brushfire Elemental and kind of just latching on with what we've already taken here, and maybe taking the Expedition Champion anyways. Like we could just build a, you know, straight up good red-green aggro deck. Again, this is the same pack that I took the Brushfire Elemental out of, and I get to make a secondary pick out of it. So I might try to go like a red-green warrior aggro deck, as we now get what is this? Mirrodin's something Mirrodin? I can't remember the exact name. Mirrodin Besieged. And what do we have here? Well, Phyrexian Rebirth is a good card, but since I passed the Aspirant, I don't know if that's a thing anymore. Now remember, there are no signals. I'm not passing to anybody, so to speak. It's just I opted not to take it, I guess I should say. There's a Strandwalker here. I have to imagine Living Weapons are pretty good, even though this one's a little bit dirtily. Kodaltha Ringleader is kind of a meh card. I can definitely cease taking the Strandwalker just because, again, cards that are just going to be pretty decent across any format, any limited environment are fine to take. And I could just take like an Ogre Resistor here. A 4/3 for 4 is certainly a big beater. Let's try that, see what happens. The Eviscerator. 5 mana 5/5 protection from white. When it enters the battlefield, you lose 5 life. Maybe not the best card, especially nowadays. This is Urza's Legacy, I believe. Yeah. For us, we have a Get 2 Slinger, which is an amazing card. 3 mana 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target, and then it has Echo of 3. So kind of think of it as like a baby Flame Tongue Kavu, if you will. Let's see. Phyrexian Reclamation's very good. Cessation's good. Could take Sluggishness for the aggro deck. We're definitely taking the Get 2 Slinger here. Yeah, I mean, the other red and green cards in this pack are not very exciting. Because I don't think I'd want to play the Sluggishness, for example. And maybe just take the Phyrexian Reclamation. This card is very, very nice. People undervalue it for sure. Okay, now we have, oh, a very good pack for us. What is this, Shards of Alara or something? Or, sorry, Alara Reborn here. We have a Blitz Hellion, although I don't think I'm going to take that. 5 mana, 7/7, trample haste, but you have to shuffle it back into your library at end of turn. We have a really good combat trick in the form of Colossal Might. We have a 4/4 for 4. We have the Marisse's Twin Claws, which I think is just definitely going to be one of my picks. 4 mana, 2/4 double strike is pretty nice, especially in red-green where you can get a bunch of pump. And then another really nice card here is like the Valleyed Rannet. 6/3 for 6, not great stats, but it's got both forest and mountain cycling, so it's good early game, it's a good late game. I'm just debating if I want to rather take the Colossal Might here as a really good combat trick, or if the fixing is going to be slightly better. I think I'm actually going to go with the Colossal Might here. I'm one that usually takes the fixing really, really highly, but man, this kind of trick looks good. Okay, this is a Morningtide pack, I think. Yeah. Our rare is Slithermuse. Not very good. In fact, wow, not a very good pack for us at all. What does this do? 4 mana, enchanted creature gets +2/+2. When it dies, you can return Reigns of the Vine Steed from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to a creature that shares a type with it. So we have some warriors to go along. We have, actually we only have, what is this, a warrior? Oh, we have 3 warriors right now. This is not a crazy take, but I guess I'll just go with the Kindled Fury and maybe the Sunflare Shaman. There are enough elementals across other formats that, you know, this is not completely dead. In fact, we already have one in the form of the Brushfire Elemental. And worst case scenario, it's like a 2 mana, 2 power creature. So I think I'll just take the Trick and the Sunflare Shaman there. Okay, this is what, Eldraine, I think? And we have, for us, a Rosethorn Halberd. Pretty nice. Love the equipment that just auto-equip to your creatures when you cast them the first time. It really makes blowout potentials a lot weaker. And I think we're just going to go with the Surferin as well. Prophet of the Peak is an okay card, but the Surferin is kind of nice with the strategy that we have going here. This is, don't tell me, Time Spiral something? Future Sight? What is this? Planar Chaos, yeah, the same block. We have a Nessian Courser here. We have a Llanowar Reborn, which is just a fine land, which I think I'm going to take. Don't think Bogarden Lancer is all that good. And the nice thing about Nessian Courser, it's another warrior, for example, for our Expedition champion. And a 3 mana 3/3 is just okay. So let's take the Graft land. If you forgot what Graft does, I can play this as a tapped land, of course. And then whenever a creature enters the battlefield, I can move the Graft counter from this land onto the creature. So it's a land that also serves as a +1/+1 counter. Ooh, Apocalypse. And we open an Anavolver. Unfortunately, I don't really get to utilize that at all. So it'd be a 4 mana 3/3 in my deck. We have the Ana Sanctuary here. Another really good card is the Razorfin Hunter. I guess I'm going to take the Anavolver, and if we can find some fixing, it's possible that we run this, because there's not really anything else in the pack that I would want to take. And then maybe like a sideboard Bloodfire Dwarf versus a deck with a bunch of 1 toughness creatures on the ground, but pretty weak pack there for us. Oh, March of the Multitudes now. Holy smokes. Kind of gross. We do have a Wojak Bodyguard, though, which I think is pretty good. 3/3 for 3 with Mentor, more importantly. And can't attack or block alone. And then probably a Might of the Masses here for me. Another good trick to go along with all of our aggressive creatures. Seems fine. Okay. Some form of Ravnica. What is this one specifically? Ravnica Allegiance. Savage Smash, good removal spell and pump effect. And then probably a Dagger Caster. 4 mana 2/3 pings all your opponent's creatures for 1. Seems good. Oh, Apocalypse. No, not Apocalypse. Planeshift? Planeshift pack. Good pack here for us. Magma Burst is just a great, great burn spell. 4 mana, 3 damage anywhere, and then you can kick it by sacrificing 2 lands to copy the spell. So, pretty nice. I mean, this pack is kind of just stacked. Lash Knife Barrier, if you've never had a chance to play with this in Limited, is insane. Samite Pilgrim is amazing. Battlescape Mage, amazing. We're definitely taking Magma Burst here. The question is, what secondary card? The Quirion Explorer or the Primal Growth? And I guess we'll take the Explorer for some 2 mana ramp, also a creature. Seems okay. All right, one of the Eldrazi packs, and this one is quite poor for us. Yikes. Red and green cards are all pretty bad. Stencia Innkeeper, not really the card I'm hoping to see, but I suppose we'll have to take it here. And then like a Primal Druid? No, that doesn't do anything in our deck. I guess we can take sideboard Spring Sage Ritual. Seems okay. All right, that was pack 13. We're on pack 14 of 18 now. And it looks like we got a World Wake here. Some decent cards here. We're probably going to take the Gnarlid pack. And could take like the Pilgrim's Eye, the Thrasher, the Ravager. I think Gnarlid pack is a really good one. The best cards in this pack, Butcher of Malakir is pretty darn strong. And Vapor Snare is such a good mind control effect, especially in this format. Again, this is Chaos, so you're not going to have as many landfall creatures or land bouncing synergies, but I mean, we do have like the Llanowar Reborn to go with it, for example, so could rebuy Graft, but we'll take the Gnarlid pack here. And I don't know what I want to take. I guess the Pilgrim's Eye is probably just a safe pick. It's always a solid card. Like the Thrasher, it can do some work, but 5 mana 3/3s I've never been super thrilled about. Okay, Omen of the Forge, and maybe a Scoffus Maze Warden. That seems good. Oh, wait, there's a Voracious Typhon here. I didn't even see that. Whoops. Just a really good 4/4 for 4. Actually, both of these 4-drops are really solid. This one's actually a Warrior, too, but the Typhon, I think, is just a little bit stronger. Well, that's pretty far away from castable in our deck here. Looks like we got a War of the Spark, right? Yeah. I guess here we can take like the Arlen's Wolf and maybe the Ugin's Conjurant, or even the Giant Growth is not bad. I think we're going to cut the Dagger Caster and leave it in the sideboard for decks with a bunch of small creatures. Yeah, Shaman's replaceable. Yeah, I like the fact that Conjurant you can just play on any turn, and it's a good curve filler. And then the Wolf is a good attacker into smaller creatures. Okay, another decent pack here for us. This is OG Ravnica block here, and we're probably going to take the Pyromatics. You have creatures you control assign their combat damage as turns, though they weren't blocked. Nope. Good pack, like Steamcore Weird, very, very good. All the crew lands are very good. Let's take the Pyromatics here. And, I mean, the Hypervolt Grasp is not crazy. I just don't think I want it in this deck. I'd rather have like the 1/1 Hexproof Unblockable or the Starfletcher. Do I have enough equipment to make the Ledgewalker good enough? I have the Halberd and like the Strandwalker. That's probably not quite what I need, but I don't really need the Starfletcher for ramp and fixing, so I suppose I could just take it. Okay. Eventide, I believe this is. And what do we have? We have a 1/1 with Wither that you can make a 3/3, which is pretty good. And there's a Waves of Aggression here. 5 mana, untap all creatures that attack this turn after this main phase. There's an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase, and then has Retrace. Interesting. Ooh, Recumbent Bliss is very good. We're definitely taking the good one drop here, though. I don't know if I'm going to be running any of these cards. Like, maybe the Airy Oofs is a good pickup for a flying sideboard card, since I don't really need any more playables. That seems okay. All right, and there is the draft. 2 picks out of every pack. Every pack is a full pack. And we ended with a red-green aggro deck after opening a few red-green cards at the start and kind of forcing it, I would say. Let's see here. 27 cards. Need to cut like 3. I mean, or 4 maybe, even. I guess the Pilgrim's Eye is not necessary. It just had the highest upside in that particular pack. Maybe Kindled Fury is not necessary. Maybe Strandwalker is a little bit too weak here as well. It's a soldier, not a warrior. I wonder how good the Noble Quarry is going to be in this format. Because this is another card that it can be good, but man, it looks pretty weak on the surface of things, so maybe I just cut it. And then maybe I just cut like one of these tricks over here. Keep 16 creatures. I don't think any creature we want to cut, except maybe for the Aquarian Explorer. And then we're going to go 9-8 in favor of green here, I think. All right, I mean, I think we ended up with a pretty good red-green smash deck. Yeah, looks good to me. Good curve, good creatures, decent removal, and tricks. Yeah, let's take this to round 1 here of this Supreme Chaos draft. Okay, here we are for round 1 of this Supreme Chaos draft. On the draw versus black something. Lead with our turn 1 tap land. Pretty decent hand, although the Get to Slinger into a 4-drop is not ideal, as I would like to pay the Echo on this, but you better believe if the opponent plays a creature that I can shoot down with the Slinger, I will do so. Cathari Bomber. Yeah, it seems good. I would not like to graft on their creature, thank you. I mean, or I could play Sir Farron into one of my 4-drops and not bother with the Get to Slinger. Because this does get sacrificed anyways. Yeah, I could actually see doing that, and making Sir Farron into a 3/3 has some really big upside. Let's go ahead and do that. That keeps our mana free for next turn as well, right? Now I don't have to pay the Echo of the Slinger. I don't really care if my opponent gets 2 1/1s. Though they are good chump blockers, I guess. Oh, what a combo! They had Vengeful Rebel to go along with the Cathari Bomber. That's very nice. Alright. Yeah, now we're going to have a problem if the opponent has just like another follow-up removal spell, but that was a really good turn. That's a nice little synergy from cross formats. And that was a Slave of Bolas. Wow, gain control of target creature, untap it. It gains haste, sacrificing it. Another really strong card there from the opponent. And we are just getting ravaged. Holy smokes. Okay. I guess here I'm going to get to Sling and kill the Rebel. And probably opt to pay the Echo. I'll have Savage Smash available, but they can unearth or whatever it's called their Cathari Bomber. Yikes. Big, big yikes. Yeah, play more of that type of card, please. More Skittering Surveyors, so I don't just die. Nim Abomination. At the beginning of your end step, if Nim is untapped, you lose 3 life. Alright, so they're just red-black super aggro, it looks like. Gonna go ahead and pay Echo here and probably just smash the Abomination. Could also play the Expedition Champion instead, I guess, but let's do this while they're tapped out, and I have a good turn to do that. So let's see, if they unearth and attack with everything, I take 4, and then they get 2 more tokens? Hopefully they ran out of gas here. What can we do out of our sideboard versus them? Because it looks like the Bloodfire Dwarf might be useful. Oh, and the Daggercaster. Yeah, we definitely want to bring in like Daggercaster. Yep, I think I like that attack. They lose the Skittering Surveyor, get in 2 extra points of damage. Oh, nope. Maybe they thought better of it. Okay, so 4 1/1s, a 1/2. I'm going to be able to play at least 1 creature this turn. Now maybe 2. I guess we're going to play the Brushfire Elemental and then play the Ogre Resistor as well, because I'm not holding back the Brushfire to trade with any of their 1/1s. It seems rather weak. Yoke of the Damned. When a creature dies, destroy enchanted creature. Okay, that's fine. I guess they're going to probably attack with everything. Weak removal spell. So they get in for 3 damage. I get to kill my resistor, but I get to take out a few of their creatures as well, so that's not that bad. They do have me at 4 life, though, and they still have 2 cards in their hand. Ooh, Shambling Remains now, too. That's pretty bad for us. So how do I win this game? Might be tough. Still think I attack here. I mean, I can double block the Shambling Remains and take... that's pretty annoying. Each opponent discards a card. Alright. Well, we'll pump up our Slinger in response. Now I would guess it's unlikely they attack this turn, but probably will next turn. Yeah, and another land is not what we wanted to draw here. Attacking leaves me at 1 on board, but I don't see how I win this game otherwise. Yep, so we'll chump. Eat, go to 1. And they have a Volt Charge for 3 extra damage. Okay. Pretty nice red-black deck from our opponent. Looks like we're going to have to pump the brakes a little bit. Take out the Kindled Fury, bring in the Daggercaster. Do I want to bring in this Bloodfire Dwarf? This doesn't seem good enough. I think just the Daggercaster is probably okay. Go to game 2. Alright, game 2 here of the first round after we got thrashed in game 1. Ugh, and a 1-lander we're going to have to mulligan away. Into a pretty weak looking 6-card hand. Ay. I guess I'm going to keep this and pitch the Slasher. Oh, I don't have very high confidence after the first game and having this hand in the second game. Well, I mean, maybe they don't have a removal spell for my Ogre Resistor, and if I can find a green source backed up with these 3 cards, we can end the game rather quickly. It's our hope, anyways. I have Yahenni and Undying Partisan. Very nice. I could just immediately kill the Yahenni, but I think I want to get out my creature before they can find a removal spell if they don't already have one. Because I'm missing green, I think I have to try to be the aggressor. And, I mean, what I could do is just wait to draw out of it, but who knows how long that's going to be. I don't think just magma bursting Yahenni is going to win me the game. Okay, get to Slinger, but that doesn't kill my resistor. So unless they have like a -1/-1 with the swamp, that might have been a mistake. Yeah, they're just going up face with that. Okay. Interesting. We did find the forest. Very nice. Let's go ahead and play our Fanatic out. And we're not even going to attack because we want them to have to pay Echo. That might have been just a mistake. Maybe they thought it did something else, but... They made it a 4/4 for me. Okay. Just pass. Not going to let them get value out of that Slinger. Because maybe they don't even want to pay the Echo anyways, you know? Yeah. They played a 3-mana shock on my face. I accept that. Burglar Rat. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but... I think we're just pitching the Smash here. That... Oh, that does work, of course, because they had to get 2 Slinger die. Okay. Never mind. They had a plan after all. And a Slaughter Pact! What on earth? The opponent's deck is so good. Okay, I guess we lose again, because they just killed everything I had. Holy smokes. Their deck is real nice. I guess I just kill these two? I can't kill the Yahenni anymore. I don't think it was a mistake not to kill the Yahenni earlier. It's just my opponent's deck is so good that they were really able to push the envelope there. They can sack to Yahenni to give it indestructible. That doesn't matter. I'm not planning on anything doing. I can't really see myself winning this game from this position, though. I mean, I think our deck is good. Opponent's deck is also just good, and their draws have been much better versus me. So you're saying there's a chance with the Halberd, if they don't... Oh, wait. It only attaches to non-humans. Oh my gosh. So I have to chump. This was actually a mistake to play that out. No! I was talking during the draft about how good it was to have an auto-equipping equipment, but whoopsies. I'm just in Chumpsville. Caster kills the rat, which is nice, but... Ay, ay, ay. Brutal. Turns out killing the other burglar rat and not just keeping 2 lands is biting me in the butt. Because I'd be able to like use the Colossal Might to trade with the Yahenni, but now I'm on permanent Abyss mode and I don't think I have a way to kill a 6/6. Yeah, that'll do it. Actually, no. Wait. I can make this a 2/2. I can make it a 6/4 and then trade if they don't have a creature or a removal spell. So maybe there's a chance. But even then, I'm at 4 life and I have no action. Yeah, and they have a creature. All right, good enough. What a beating. Okay, here we are for round 2 of this Supreme Chaos Draft. After getting our faces smashed by a very, very good black-red deck. We have a pretty good hand here if we can just find one more land. As I have a bunch of tricks, some removal, and a good curve of creatures. I think here I'm going to lead with the hexproof creature. But a nice little synergy we have here is the Conjurant as anything smaller than a 3/3 with the Mentor of the Bodyguard. Nice little combo. Nivik Cyclops, 1/4. Oh yes, that card can go crazy. Bad news, friends. We did not draw a land in the first 3 drop steps, so I can function off 2 lands for a turn or 2, but we're going to have a pretty big problem here if I can't find a 3rd land fast. And they have a Searing Blood. Okay. Kills my Conjurant and lets their Nivik Cyclops attack for 4 this turn. They also missed a land, though. And we did find our 3rd land a turn late, but hopefully that's just good enough now. The Bodyguard and the Ledgewalker together, also pretty good. Crashing Tide. Return target creature to its owner's hand, draw a card. Alright. Tempo, and then kill you with a Cyclops. Seems good. Another land, a fine draw for us. I wonder if I should just play it safe here. Because what I could do is I could Kindle the Fury my Ledgewalker and then Savage Smash and kill their Cyclops. I think I'm actually going to do that. If they're running Cyclops in their deck and they're playing red-blue, you can imagine they have plenty of ways to keep attacking with that card. Weird format, though. Trespassing Soul Eater. All right. That's where a land would have been really nice to go Omen plus 3 drop. But we're going to go for the quote-unquote combo kill here. Mercy's Twin Claws plus Colossal Might. That is 6 damage, double strike trample. So if they just casually tap out for something, we might just kill them next turn. I mean, they have 5 cards in their hand, but like if they just tap out for a random, I don't know, 4/4 that returns a spell. Oh god, don't punish me with a, what is it, Goblin Dark Dwellers. Flashing back, Crashing Tide, bouncing my Twin Claw. Hey! They played a random 4/4. We'll take it. Yeah, we go for the kill. So this is a bait attack because likely thing here is they're going to block the Ledgewalker, and then I Colossal Might the Twin Claws. 6 times 2 is 12, and then Omen for the extra 2. Or they just don't block, and then I only have to use the Colossal Might, and I hit them for 13. They played a Freedom Regent. Nice card. Turns out Double Strike with Pump Effects is quite solid, though, and we saw some big flyer from the OP, but I don't know if the Airy Oof is good enough versus a big dragon. I think we just run it back. Again, I think our deck is good, but we just ran into a really nice deck in round 1 with some really good draws, so let's go to game 2. Game 2, round 2. On the draw this time with another pretty solid hand, though once again we do need to find a 3rd land in the first couple draw steps. Some good tricks, good removal, good creature curve. Alright, I accept a tapped land here. Surging Flame, 2 mana, 2 damage to any target, and it has a Ripple. Highly doubt the Ripple is going to be active. But I mean, Obviously, that's a fine card in limited. 2 damage, 2 mana. As the opponent does not do anything, we're just going to play out the bodyguard here. I don't think we're going to mentor onto it. Oh, I lied. We are going to get hornswoggled. Okay. So my guess is that removal is going to be so good in this format that you really just need creatures that do something. I mean, I guess I'm just going to get on the board then. Let's go ahead and play the Slinger. I'll go ahead and graft onto it to make it a 3/3. And then we'll just pay the 3 next turn and start bashing in since we have nothing but non-creature spells in our hand. What do they have? Nothing. Alright, I mean, I'm going to pay. So if you have a removal spell, you've eaten up all my mana. Nothing? I accept. Okay, no plays. Yeah, I mean, if we can just poke in for 3 a couple times, we have some nice burn in our hand. Triple red. Do they have Niv Mizzet? No, what is this? Mordant Dragon. 5/5 flyer for 6. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may have it deal that much damage to a creature that player controls. Yikes. And they have 2 blue open? That's kind of concerning. I can't beat a counter here anyways. Let's smash in. Okay. They are blocking, so I could do a few different things here. I could go for the Kindled Fury, and then Omen after first strike if it resolves, but that's really weak versus a single counter. I think what I do here is let the damage resolve, and then Omen of the Forge It. If they have a counter for the Omen, then I can Magma Burst to finish it off. Alright, looks like it's going to work here. Jilt. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Ah. So, I could just burst that in response. I guess that's going to be the play then. I'm not going to kick it. Wasn't bad for us. It's like a 3 for 2, but we did kill a creature that we absolutely need to deal with, otherwise we just lose to it. Aven Surveyor, so it's going to be a 3/3 flyer, sure. I'm going to go ahead and draw maybe naturally for the... No, I guess it's probably better for us to scry since we have a bunch of 3-drops. Colossal Might, no. I suppose the Conjurant I draw and then don't play it this turn. Wait until I can play it as a 6/6, maybe even a 7/7 next turn. We're not under too much pressure right now, so that seems like a fine play. Well, now you know the secrets of my hand, or lack thereof. Okay, fall to 17. Let's go ahead and tap out. Make a 6/6. And notably, the Conjurant with like equipment means it can't die to damage if we if we can equip it onto it. Oh, Cunning Spark Mage. That's also a really good card, damn. Cunning Spark Mage, pretty good versus the Conjurant. Funny. Lets them ping and remove a 1/1 counter from it if they want to. So I'm debating if I want to kill the Surveyor, if I want to kill the Spark Mage here. I think I'm going to kill the Spark Mage. They're going to ping my face. Okay. We'll go ahead and equip the Halberd. And they're definitely blocking here, saving 10 damage for a 2/2 seems worth it, I would think. Oh, wow, they didn't. Okay, they're going to 5. Interesting. So they're going to pay the Echo then? I mean, that's a strange play to me. Maybe they have a reason for doing so, but like, if you're just going to block now, why not have blocked the higher amount of damage, you know? Brushfire Elemental was a good draw here, too. This is, what, 5 to equip? Okay. So, I mean, barring anything in their hand, the 2/2 has to chump the Conjurant, and we hit them for 3 down to 2, and then they know I have Kindled Fury in my hand. So, okay, that one went much better. Let's see if we can pull off a 2-1. And here we are for the third and final round of this Supreme Chaos Draft. Got smashed round 1, did some smashing round 2. Hoping to get a nice 2-1 here in round 3. On the draw versus a Mountain and no other known information. Mirror match, red-green. What do you got? Ooh, Galia of the Endless Dance. And we're going to fire off an Omen on the Forge on that one, I think. Just do it on our own main phase. Yeah. The nice thing about Brushfire next turn is I can play the Brushfire and play a land. So I'm only missing out on 1 damage this turn. Whereas I'm preventing 2 life loss. We have the quote-unquote combo again on turn 5 if we want the double striker, the double striker into pump spell, and now we have an extra pump spell actually. So very real possibility the Twin Claws plus double pump is just GG, especially if they don't have a kill spell for the Brushfire this turn, just poking them down for a little bit. Okay, very nice. Yeah. Double strike is a hell of a word. Oath of Chandra. All right, goodbye. Goodbye, my elemental friend. Oh, yeah. This hand. If this doesn't die, we are going to kill them real fast. No touchy. No touchy. No, I said no touchy. Ah, bombard, 4 damage to a creature. So be it. This is truly the mirror match. Few creatures, but a bunch of interactive spells, it looks like. Gonna go ahead and scry here, end of turn. Opponent on 6 mana, 2 cards in hand, no plays, though. Which I suppose is good for us. Or terrifying. Who knows what kind of 7 drops could be lurking in their hand. Well, they're thinking about something. Maybe they're thinking about killing Farron main phase before I can untap with a pump effect. Summit Apes, 5/2 Menace. Okay, that's not bad. Probably just going to fire off a burst on that one. Scry here, end of turn. And that's a double bottom for me. Now the question is, do I kick this for 3 damage at their face? Because this deck doesn't need very many lands to function. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right. Two and a dream. 1 card left in their hand. No plays though this turn. And that's not a terrible draw for having 4 lands in my or 4 lands on the battlefield. Uh-oh. What is this? Flash? Awakening of Vitu-Ghazi. Oh my god. Put 9. Oh my lord. I can't even kill that with double trick. Holy smokes. Well, it doesn't trample, but that is a 2-turn clock. I think what I do is take a hit for 9 and hope to draw another creature next turn. What do they do? Oh, they gave it Menace? It's an 11-10 Menace? Oh my gosh. 4, 8, 9. I mean, I can get him to 3, but what a crazy game. What on earth? Maybe Spring Sage Ritual is worth it. The thing is, like, the Awakening of Vitu-Ghazi is not an enchantment. It just makes the creature into that, you know? This might actually be a fine game to, like, bring in the Explorer and maybe cut a land. Let's do that. Go 16 lands on the play with Aquarian. Oh, man, 1 forest in this hand would be amazing. Turn 2 Ledgewalker, turn 3 Bodyguard, start going from there, but I think we got a mulligan to 6, and now 5? Oh, no! All right, let's pitch the Might of the Masses and the Magma Burst. Game plan here is to go Conjurant on 2, Arlen's Wolf on 3, and hope that's good enough. Okay, yeah, we have the quote-unquote combo now of the Conjurant plus the Halberd, so that's not bad. Again, this won't be able to die with damage if I have the Halberd on it. We did find a land, though, which means I'm going to play the Wolf here instead of immediately equipping up the Halberd. Because if they play a Mountain next turn, they're going to want to, and have a burn spell, that is to say, they're going to want to kill the Wolf and not the Conjurant, which means I don't think I need to make the Halberd play. Okay, they're stuck on triple green. You're saying there's a chance. Sometimes you mulligan to 5, and sometimes it works out. That's all I gotta say. Like, if they don't hit a mountain here, I assume we win. Wow, wow, wow. They kept a really, really sketchy hand, it looks like. Oh, or they have a Tangle Golem. Okay, you got me there. It's pretty good. Now we know why they needed the forests. Hey, great draw, though. See if they want to trade here, and rather not trade if they want to block here. Because remember, the Conjurant prevents all the damage that's dealt to it, and if it has a way that it's pumping its toughness otherwise, then it still survives. What was that? Oh, Ambuscade on my Double Striker, yep. Whenever it becomes blocked, you may have it deal 1 damage to any target, sure. I think I just Omen the Wolverine so that it can't block my Conjurant. Because if it blocks the Conjurant loses one of the 1/1 counters that it currently has. And so now if they block, I get to keep my Conjurant. They lose their Tangle Golem. Exactly like I was saying. We're going to play the land so that we can scry here end of turn. And we just need to find maybe a little bit more action, and we might be able to pull this off, depending on what they have here. Oh, God. 6 mana, 4/5 that manifests the top card of their library. Whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, if it's a creature, you may have it fight target creature you don't control. Yeah. Is Pyromatic's good enough? Probably not. I'm wondering if I want to equip the Halberd to the Wolf, which kills my Conjurant, but lets my Wolf attack into the War Shaman. That just seems so bad, though, when they still have 3 cards in their hand. Yeah, I think we're just passing. Not ideal. There's their Awakening of Vitu-Ghazi. But remember, that does not trample, so Conjurant just blocks it all day. This attack doesn't do anything. What? Oh, if damage would be dealt to it while it has 1/1 counters on it. Ah. Yes. Reading comprehension. Yes. If it doesn't have 1/1 counters on it, it doesn't work like that. Okay. Well, so that's kind of funny. Wait, what happened earlier then? Am I crazy? Oh, because it did have counters on it, it worked like that. I see. So it had 2 1/1 counters on it. It got blocked by the 5/4, right? It tried to remove as many counters on it could at that point. Okay, that's exactly what happened. What is it? 7 mana, 6/6. Deals 6 damage to each creature with flying. You may have it assign its... So it's like a big Thorn Elemental. Okay, we got absolutely crushed here, but that was kind of fun, I guess? I don't know, man. Like, the decks that we played against all had really good cards. I think similar to the Masters Edition Chaos Drafting, the removal quality is going to be so high that a deck like this, that's maybe a little bit, trying to be a little bit low to the ground, but is more mid-rangey than anything else, just gets completely smashed by the better top end and good removal that you can find in this format. So I would guess if you're going to build an aggressive deck in this format that you need to have a much lower curve than this even. Maybe not much lower, but better creature quality, right? Because it just gets, as you saw, outclassed by basically everything. And if the opponent just has like 1 or 2 good removal spells, then you're out of luck. So wow, pulled off a 1 and 2 there. Haven't done that in a while. But hey, at least it's a fun new format. This is Supreme Chaos Phantom Draft. Next week we're gonna have Supreme Vintage Cube, and that's the one that I'm really looking forward to. So you guys are gonna want to watch next week's for sure. Supreme Draft Vintage Cube, and then the week after that, regular Vintage Cube. So a lot of awesome things on the horizon. Guys, thanks for watching this episode here on the Card Kingdom YouTube channel. We'll see you next week.